3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Data Professor YouTube channel. My name is Tanin Natasenamat, and I'm an Associate Professor of Bioinformatics. So at the end of every video on this YouTube channel, you'll notice that I always end my videos with the slogan of the best way to learn data science is to do data science. And so in today's video, I'll be focusing on just that, how you can do data science. And so the important part of doing data science is the data. So if you're starting out learning data science, or if you want to hone your skills in data science, sometimes finding a suitable data set to analyze might be a difficult task because you might be bored with the typical data science data set that you're using. Like for example, the Iris data set or a Boston housing data set, Titanic data set. I mean, these data sets are good, but let's say that you have already outgrown those data sets, and then you'll be wondering, what next? And so in this video, I will be showing you how you can have access to an ever-growing resource of data set. So without further ado, we're starting right now. And so the dataset resource that I will be talking about today is called TidyTuesday. And so TidyTuesday is a weekly data project in R from the R4DS, or the R for Data Science Online Learning Community. And so let's have a look at what does the R4DS stands for. So R4DS stands for R for Data Science. Visualize, model, transform, tidy, and import data. And it is written by Hadley Wickham and Garrett Groman. And as you can see here, that you could either purchase the book or you could also have access to the online book. And the entire book is for free here. So you could read the entire book for free. Okay? And so I'll be providing the links to both of these in the description of this video. So let's have a look, what is the R for Data Science Online Learning Community? So in this learning community, it is a place where learners of data science are connected to mentors in this community based on the Slack platform. So let's have a look at the about. And so the community here was established in August of 2017 by Jesse Mostipak. And it is called the R for Data Science Online Learning Community. And essentially it was created as a supportive and complementary online space for learners of data science and mentors can be connected in the online community, namely on the Slack platform. And so here you will see that there are essentially three types of members here: learners, mentors, and administrators. So the administrator will keep this online learning community running, and then the mentors will be contributing about 1 to 2 hours a week, and the learners are aspiring data scientists. Okay, and so how does this work? Every Tuesday, a new dataset will be released. The goal of it is to allow the learners of data science to have access to new datasets where they could play with the dataset. They could wrangle the dataset, they could handle missing data, they could experiment with their newfound knowledge and skills in data science, make creative data visualization, analyze the data. So something challenging for them, kind of like a Sudoku for data science. So if you're using R, then you could easily import the data using the package available here. Or if you're using Python, then you could get access to the direct link where you could download the data set. Or actually, you could just come onto this GitHub. And so I'm going to provide you the link in the video description. And so you could directly download the data set from the GitHub here. So let's take a further look. So it was designed for you to use ggplot2, tidyr, dplyr, and other tools in the Tidyverse in order to play around with the new dataset that are released every week. Okay, so as mentioned, it is provided as like a toy for you to practice data science. So it offers the ideal opportunity to do data science. So you could think of this as kind of like exercise. So you could try out your machine learning workflow onto the new data set. So you could take this as an opportunity to exercise your data science skills. And you could experiment with the machine learning workflow that you have accumulated, that you have developed in your learning phase, and then you could apply it on the new data set here. And so if you would like to share your own data set, you could just hashtag TidyTuesday on Twitter. And if they like it, then they will feature it here. Or you could also submit it directly as an issue to the GitHub. Okay, so you're using the hashtag TidyTuesday if you create your own version. So probably you're downloading one of the data set on the TidyTuesday, and then you modify it, make your own version, and then you want to add a hashtag TidyTuesday. But if you want to submit your own data set, then you could submit an issue onto the GitHub here. So you could find out more details here. Okay, and so let's see. So you can see that there are a lot of data available starting back at 2018, 2019, and 2020. So let's have a look at the ones in 2020. So on January 7, 2020, you see that there's a dataset called the Australian fires. So let's have a look at that. And so very nicely documented. You get to see the background of the dataset here, where it is from, and the URL is right here for the newest updated data. Okay, so they're describing how they derive the data set. And if you would like to use the data set in your own data science workflow in your own projects, then you could just copy the link here. So let's try it, shall we? Let me fire up the RStudio. Copy the link here. Get the data, so I'll be copying both of these lines, maybe one by one. Enter. Alright, cool. Rainfall, let's have a look. Rainfall. Alright, so the data is loaded. Temperature, right here, copy. Paste it, enter. Okay, so here, there are many ways for you to get the data. You could either read it indirectly from the GitHub link here. And so for this option, you could use R, you could use Python if you like. So use the programming language that you are familiar with and apply your own data science workflow, your skills in data science to analyze the new weekly data. Or if you would like, you could choose one of the data set at random and analyze it. Or even do all of it and then share it on your GitHub profile. So think of it as like an exercise. The more you do it, the better you get. So more practice, the more opportunity you get to hone your data science skills. And here, if you're using R, you could also install the TidyTuesday. Let's try it. Okay, so recall that above here we define the variable called rainfall and also temperature. So here we see that there are rainfall and temperature amongst the files that were downloaded. So let me copy the code here. So this will define rainfall. Let me try from scratch, clearing it here. Okay, I have to rerun. I could just press on the up arrow and it will go back to the previous commands. Downloading it. Alright, let me try the rainfall. Okay, let's see. Alright, it works. It gives the same data set. Let me try modifying this to temperature. And this to temperature as well. Okay, so it also works. Alright. Okay, so loading in the data works like a charm. And here it provides you the description of the data. Temperature.csv will comprise of a total of 5 variables. So it has the city name, the date, the temperature type, minimum, maximum, daily, actual site or weather station. And for rainfall, it has several variables: station code, city name, year, month, day, rainfall period, quality, latitude, longitude, and the station name. And then there are other data as well here. Okay, and so let's have a look at some of the example analysis created by others. Okay, so you could play around and you could see how others are analyzing the data here. Okay, you could follow along here. Okay, and so here are some example codes for trying out. So this is the first data set that we have taken a look at. So let's have a look at another one. Song genres, NFL attendance, hotel bookings, beer production. Let's have a look at that. This data comes from the alcohol and tobacco tax. All right. So it has state level beer production by year, number of brewers by production size, monthly beer stats. So you could get the data here. So if we have already installed the TidyTuesday for the R users, then you could just type in here, either this one or this one. And then you could specify year and then week number. Let's give it a try. All right, so Tuesday data, Tues data, and then $, and then the 4 data frames here. So you could just specify the $, and then you select the data frame that you want to see. Okay. So you can even try your luck, right? Select a random number, enter, and then play around with the data set here. If you can't decide which one you want to try, pick a random number. Okay, and so number 20 seems to be about volcano, predicting eruptions of the volcano, I guess. Number 20, yeah, volcano eruptions. And the data was provided by Smithsonian. Okay, so a lot of very interesting data set for you to play around with. So for those of you who are bored with the iris data set, so here. So a couple of weeks ago, I released a video about the penguins data set. And so here, there's so many data sets for you to play around with, so more than 100. And if you're finding value in this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet done so, hit on the notification bell in order to be notified of the next video. And as always, the best way to learn data science is to do data science. And please enjoy the journey. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next one. But in the meantime, please check out these videos.